And so I just want to share something with you real quick of how sports pertain to life. So, many of us have played sports before or have children who have played sports. And a friend of mine had, told me one time, he said, man, Damien, I think the way that people play sports is the way that they play life. So if you watch them on the football field, basketball court, any sport that they doing, they typically play life in the same way. And that stands to be true in a lot of areas. But I just want to share with you a story from me raising my kids. And, my oldest son was playing football at the time. And so, I've always told my son just how to hit, when it comes to, whether you're on defense or offense, the low man, the strong man wins. So if you coming up against something, you have to keep your momentum and you have to run straight through it. Don't be afraid. Just go straight through it. And so I remember he had a game against a pretty big kid. When his team was going up against this team, everybody knew that this kid was just tough. And so he just seemed bigger than everybody. He seemed like he was older than all the other kids or whatnot. When my son finally got this ball for the first time, they done like a tight end sweep, gave my son the ball. He ran through the line, ran through the hole. And so here comes this kid that he's lined up with him. And so when they go and make contact, my son does the complete opposite of what I told him. He slowed down, he buckled. This guy picked him up and just drove his shoulder down into my son, and my son hit the ground. And so, he was kind of embarrassed and stuff or whatever. But I know it kind of knocked the wind out of him. And so when he got up and came to the sideline, I was able to talk to my son. And I was like, look, dude, I said, remember everything that I taught you. When you running up against this kid, you get low. You stay at your same speed and just run straight through him. You know what I'm saying? I said, you can't let this guy, he's so big that he can't get as low as you are. That next time they ran that same play, my son did exactly what I told him. And so he ran through the kid to the point to where, the kid had to be sidelined and stuff. My son was just feeling good about himself. And so I tell you that story just to equate to life because, my son's been going through some stuff and he's been down. He's been, having like the world on his shoulders and stuff, right? Like I told him, I reminded him of that play and that incident that happened with that kid. So like I told my son, stop letting life get you. And so what my son is doing now, and I'm watching him just bounce back from not doing the best with his life, right? And so life just felt kind of big to my son, and it feels kind of big to him, but I told him, look, you know what you got to do. You know the game plan. You know what we worked on. Putting in your work, doing what you got to do. Run through life the same way you ran through that kid. Run through life the exact same way. And so I see my son now getting up, putting in the work, doing what he's doing. And even though life has knocked him down at one point, life is not knocking him down at this point, right? And my son is going through it. He's going through life just like he ran through this kid. And so I just really want to say, like, for anybody, I don't know where you at. I don't know what situation you going through in life, but one thing that you have to understand is life is not big as you think it is. Like, stop being intimidated. You know what you have to do. You know the way that you should be hitting life. Hit life the way that you should hit life. Run straight through it, And I just hope that this is encouraging somebody. I hope somebody is getting something from it because, like, I get a lot from it, and a lot of times I get kind of emotional thinking about it because I know how people can get down. I was down. I was in points where people didn't think that I would, be a success. People didn't think I would do anything with myself. And just to be living, just to be 47 right now, and just to be doing what I'm doing, I'm thankful. And so, yeah, life cannot keep you down. I don't care what life has done to you in the past. You know what you need to do. Get up, man up, woman up, and just run through it. But yeah, anyway, I'm Damien, and until the next video, I'm out. Peace.